It is the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Francisco Giants in Busch Stadium in St. Louis. St. Louis Cardinals, by the way, that is not the Cardinals record. They are 50-45. The final score in Cincinnati just got posted. The Cardinals were defeated by the Reds 9-5. Giants battling out with the Dodgers tonight. They are 48-44, and they are 4 games up on 500. And then the Cardinals now drop a game behind the Brewers. I know I should have probably done a game that was based on tonight, but it's like, hey, you know what? We can do a custom game. Why not? And literally the game I had in mind is the game that the MLB The Show just decided, hey, you know what? Yeah, let's make this a game. So, yeah, this game likes to read my mind sometime. Adam Wainwright on the mound, 6'7", 230 pounds, 40 years old, been in the game since 2005. Tony La Russa had him as a reliever in 06, and then was stepped into the closer's role after Jason Ringhouse and was injured. Was the closer for the Cardinals for all of 2006 postseason, and then was made a starter in 2007, and Austin Slater hit back to Adam Wainwright. That is out number 1 here in the first inning. Take a look at the lineup for the Giants in this one. Austin Slater in center, Wilmer Flores at second, Darren Ruff at the DH, Evan Longoria hitting 4th at third, Brandon Belt, Estrada batting 6th at short, Yerman Mercedes in left, Joey Bart behind the plate, and Mike Yastrzemski batting 9th in right field. Guess we could take a look at the defense for the Cardinals here soon. It's in the left field. That is, I believe, O'Neill making the catch. So defense for the Cardinals anyway. O'Neill in left, center field Carlson, right field Lars. There's Newt Bar at third base, Arenado, shortstop Edmund, second base Brendan Donovan. First base is Paul Goldschmidt, and Austin Romine is behind the plate. Doing the catching for this one, obviously, for Adam Wainwright. Here's Darren Ruff. 2 quick outs here in the top of the first inning. Darren Ruff, actually now a 10-year veteran, was with the Phillies in 2012. From 2016, Giants picked him up in 2020. Been on the team since then. Hard hit to Arenado. Nothing for the Giants in the top of the first. Cardinals coming to hit. And on the mound for the Giants tonight is Logan Webb, 25 years old. Logan Webb, a good right-handed pitcher. 9-3 this year, 19 starts and a 2.83 ERA. 117 innings pitched. He's given up 41 hits. 8 home runs, 28 walks, 101 strikeouts. Overall, having a really good year for the Giants. What's up, Austin the Sportsman? Did you see the Jays Red Sox score? I did. I saw the inside the park grand slam. That was unreal. Tommy Edman leading off at shortstop tonight for St. Louis. Hard hit down the line, foul ball. And a 1-2 from Webb. Edman moved over to short, obviously, because of Cardinals calling up a lot of their guys. Brendan Donovan, of course, the big one being Nolan Gorman, who's not in this game, but hopefully we'll see him come in maybe off the bench. I don't know, we'll see. 2-2, hard hit. Webb racing to first, covers the bag, gets the out, wins the foot race, and that is out number 1. Take a look at the rest of the lineup for the Cardinals. Edman in short, O'Neill, Goldschmidt, Arenado hitting 4th, Nolan Gorman is the DH. Okay, so he is in this game. Okay. Carlson, Donovan, Lars Nootbaar, Wright, and Austin Romine behind the plate. Obviously, as you can see, Cardinals have had some struggles this year. Then again, every team's had their struggles this year. Yadier Molina, of course, very not the same seeing him. Interesting not seeing him behind the plate, especially tonight when Adam Wainwright's pitching. O'Neill down 0-2 to Logan Webb. Hard hit to right. And that is out number 2. That is Yastrzemski playing right field. That brings in Paul Goldschmidt, a favorite to win MVP this year. Starting first baseman at the All-Star game for the National League, had that big home run. Cardinals had a great All-Star game. They had five players, five representatives for the Cardinals at the All-Star game. That's the most for the team since 2012. That team also had five representatives. Of course, Tony La Russa was the manager for the National League in the 2012 All-Star game. There's the first hit of the game. Goes into left field, and that is going to be a 2-out single. And with Nolan Arenado coming up, you're hoping for something exciting. That 2012 team had... I'm going to go to a Southside game this year. That's awesome. Hopefully they win. Meanwhile, I'm talking about Tony La Russa. I forget. White Sox fans don't want him there anymore. They just want him fired. They want him gone. But anyway, obviously La Russa managed that National League team because the Cardinals won the World Series the previous year. Obviously, that's how they do the World Series. Center right field, and that's going to be a base hit. Goldschmidt rounding second. He's going to third. He is going to be held up with Arenado going to second, and the Cardinals have runners at second and third with 2 out. Unbelievable. And here comes the big man, the big rookie, Nolan Gorman. As I was saying before, 2012 All-Star game, that was Yadier Molina, Matt Holliday, Rafael Furcal, he was an All-Star in that game. David Freese, and I believe Lance Lynn. Those were the 5 2012 Cardinal All-Stars. And then for this year, obviously, we had Arenado and Goldschmidt, Albert Pujols, Miles Michaelis, and Ryan Helsley, who recently got into closer's role. Cardinals leave runners on. Evan Longoria, the veteran third baseman, leading off for San Francisco here in inning number 2. And the Giants with their first hit. That's going to go into right field. And not a whole lot to say there. Yep, that is the first hit. Brandon Belt now leading off. Been with the Giants for a number of years. Kind of reminds me of the 2012-2014 playoffs. That was the National League Championship Series with these two clubs. Giants won, of course, won both years. And we were just talking about the 2012 All-Star Game. Well, the 2012 World Series, that ended up going to the Giants. Talk about some of their All-Star representatives. To All-Star Game. Haven't really been paying attention to the Giants this year. I've just been following the Cardinals, obviously. And a walk for Adam Wainwright. That's going to put Longoria moves to second, and the Giants have runners on with nobody out for Estrada. But for the Giants, they had Jack Peterson, And is that it? Oh, Carlos Rodon. Those were the two Giants All-Stars this year. Both having amazing years. Jock Peterson's still a really good outfielder, no matter what team he goes to. Carlos Rodon, I bet you a lot of White Sox fans are kind of regretting letting him go. 1-2 to Estrada. Bad block from Romine. That's a curveball. Or that was low in the dirt. I guess you could say that was a good block. I don't know. I'm not a catcher. That is in the deep center field. Going back is Carlson. Deep enough for him to make the catch and deep enough for Longoria to move to third base. And the Giants have runners in the corners with one out, and that brings in Yerman Mercedes, another former White Sox. He was a fan favorite in the South Side last year. Of course, we saw, if you remember, the mess he was in with La Russa. At one point, White Sox sent him down to AAA. I think he was there for the rest of 2021. I'm not sure if he got called up after that. But, can't remember who he went to. I thought he started off with the Nationals. I thought the Nationals picked him up originally. He signed a minor league deal. And then I think he got released or whatever. And then he ended up going to the Giants. First strikeout of the day for Adam Wainwright. That brings in Joey Bart, who's got a chance to bring in the first run of the game. Joey Bart did not play very much in 2021, taking over the starting catcher's role for Buster Posey. And he's been kind of struggling, hitting a .183, 6 homers, 12 RBIs, 48 games. And then seeing a lot of him and Kurt Casale, who's currently on the injured list, and so the Giants went out and got Austin Wins, kind of fill in his shoes for a little while. Two-two, and Adam Wainwright gets out of the jam. We head to the bottom of the second. No score here in St. Louis. Dylan Carlson playing center field today instead of Harrison Bader. Getting things started here in inning number 2. Dylan Carlson, if you've been watching the Cardinals this year, he's been one of their most exciting outfielders to watch. I mean, when that outfield is healthy, O'Neill, Bader, Carlson, I mean, that's going to be an outfield that's absolutely tremendous to watch. It's fun to watch those three guys. It'd be cool if all three of those guys would stay healthy. Brendan Donovan on deck, full count to Carlson. And gets a hold of one, goes into left. That's going to be a full count. And a walk for Logan Webb. The lead off the second, not really what he had in mind. That's going to bring in Brendan Donovan. One of several guys who came up, made their debuts this year from AAA. Gets a little bloop dinks single into left field. I don't know what I was trying to go for there. but gets a base hit. Apparently it's his first. That's not his first, I promise. But yeah, gets on. That is the third hit of this game for St. Louis. Lars Nootbaar with an RBI opportunity of his own. Zero 2. And swings and misses on a sinker. 91 mile an hour. That is the first out here in the second. Austin Romine, journeyman catcher. There's a double play ball. There's one, and they get both. And a double play works in Logan Webb's favor. We head into inning number 3. No score. Here in this one, Mike Yastrzemski in the number 9 hole for man, what's his name? Gabe Kapler's Giants. Had to think of who the hell the Giants manager was. Gabe Kapler. He was the old Phillies manager. I mean, what a tremendous year the Giants had last year. I mean, that was a team on paper. You looked at it on paper, that was a team not a lot of people had a lot of expectations for. I mean, it was just an average team. Whoa, look out there. Yastrzemski staring Adam Wainwright down as he heads to first base. That was probably painful. Not painful enough, though, because he's still in the game, but oh well. Now it's the top of the order for the Giants here in the third. Austin Slater 0 for 1. Curveball, ball 2. But going back to the Giants, recapping their 2021 season. I mean, on paper, team now, a lot of people were thought, you know what, that's probably going to be a third place team. Well, then they shocked the world. Ended up finishing with over 100 wins, won the division. Sure, their playoff run didn't go so well. It got cut short by the Dodgers, but I mean, that was still a really good regular season. And then you look at this team again, it's like, well, I mean, like, it's still a good team, don't get me wrong. But it's like, well, I don't know. It's like you're uncertain. Wilmer Flores 0 for 1. Right to Goldschmidt and picks off Austin Slater. A little double play action there. Nice play by the Gold Glove first baseman. Now Darren Ruff, former Philly. Looks at a curveball for strike 1. Ball and a strike. Well, taking a look at both the Giants and Cardinals going at the deadline. The trade deadline, they're both favorites to acquire Nationals outfielder Juan Soto. Not really sure who's going to get him. Probably going to be like a bigger, one of the bigger teams in baseball, but and the thing is, though, if Soto gets traded, you know, probably not going to enjoy him for too long, unless because he's most likely, according to Scott Boras, to test out the free agency pool when he does hit free agency in a couple years. Lars Nootbaar ends the top of the third for the Giants. We go to the bottom half. It'll be the top of the order due up for the Cardinals when we return to their half of the third. Logan Webb back on the mound. Still, the score is still scoreless, 0-0. But anyway, going back to Juan Soto, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see who gets him. I mean, if he does become a free, when he does become a free agent, and if he does decide, you know what, I don't know if I want an extension or not. I mean, just pray to God that your team does well. If he does get traded, and you know your teams try to make a playoff push and do well. 3-1 to Tommy Edman, 0 for 1 in this game. Chases a slider, foul back behind the plate. Tommy Edman 0 for 1 with a ground out. And umpire calls that strike 3. Wasn't a huge fan of that call. Take a look at that again. I mean, almost had a check swing. Almost went around. Another one called for a strike. Who the hell is this doing the umpiring? Angel Hernandez? Last I checked, he wasn't one of the MLB The Show umpires. Ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the third. Some Friday night baseball action on Let's Talk Sports. Got the San Francisco Giants and St. Louis Cardinals. 2 teams who are favorites to get Juan Soto, and 2 teams that are favorites to try and make get a playoff spot. Cardinals will definitely get a playoff spot. I feel like they will. Giants, they got some ways to go, but I don't know. It's second half of the year. It's going to be very entertaining. My opinion, I've always felt like the second half always been, you know, a little bit more entertaining than the first half. I mean, first half's great. Second half, though, that's where your team's 500. You know, that's where every game matters. Every game matters. Every series matters. You know, everything's got to click together, and when you click together, you know, things go well. You're on track to make it to the playoffs in October, and hopefully by the end of October, early November, you got yourself a World Series ring, and you know, you're the ones with the World Series parade at the end of the year. Ball and 2 strikes on Evan Longoria leading off the 4th. He's 1 for 1. He has I believe, the only hit in this game for the Giants. We've seen 3 Giants players get on base. A base hit, a walk, and a hit by pitch. There's Brandon Belt, who walked. 1 quick out for Adam Wainwright here in the top of the 4th. Oh, 1 to Brandon Belt. And that was down 0-2. Hard hit to Arenado. Barehanded throw. Gets the out for out number 2. I'm just now looking at the timestamp up there. We have been live for 24 minutes. It feels like we've been live for almost, like 40. I don't know, it just seems a little bit different. Strada filling in for Brandon Crawford, who's also on the 10-day injured list. Curveball low again, 1-1. He's been Wainwright throwing a lot of curveballs. A lot of them have been low. Oh, there's another one. And right there. And a curveball again, called for strike 3. Adam Wainwright, so far pitching a gem. As we head to the bottom of the inning, let's see if someone can get a hit and get a run. Back here at Busch Stadium, bottom of the 4th inning between the San Francisco Giants and St. Louis Cardinals. Nolan Arenado, definitely one of the best third basemen in the league. He's got himself a hit today. Looks at a sinker called, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Is this the only pitch we're going to see? I mean, Logan Webb, we've only seen sinkers. Adam Wainwright, we've only seen curveballs. I mean, just imagine that. Imagine somebody just throws like 1 pitch the entire game. There we go, we're seeing a changeup out of Logan Webb there. But just imagine that somebody just throws like 1 pitch, like they only just throw 1 pitch throughout the entire game, and they have like a complete game shutout or something. They go the entire game, only throw curveballs, or only throw like change-ups or sliders or knuckleballs maybe. Nolan Gorman leading up, or 1 out in the 4th. He is 0 for 1. And slider 0-1. There we go. We're seeing a little bit more of a variety from Logan Webb. Gorman flies out to left field. Under it, making the catch is Yerman Mercedes. And it's 2 out. Dylan Carlson with the walk in the 2nd inning, making his 2nd trip to the plate here in inning number 4. Strike 1 on the sinker. Next live stream we'll do, we'll probably, if we have the time, we'll probably do one either tomorrow. Not sure because I'm going to have family over. Or we'll probably do one on Sunday. No, the Sunday night baseball game for ESPN is supposed to be the San Diego Padres and New York Mets. We'll probably live stream a version of our game here on Let's Talk Sports. If you're not interested in watching that on ESPN, you can watch it here. Your favorite team will probably win. Indeed. Yerman Mercedes leading off the 5th. Game is still scoreless. It's the problem with these live streams. I'm simulating the game. Like, I don't play the actual game. I'm just here simulating, watching the game as if it was like an actual televised game. And problem with these games is that it's always scoreless when we go like really deep into a game. Tommy Edman making a play at short, 1 out. And that's going to bring in Joey Bart, struck out in the 2nd. Adam Wainwright with, I'm going to say he has 4. Yep, he has 4. 4 strikeouts tonight. Well, for those of you who are still here watching, it's great. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys are having a great week, great summer. For those of you who play travel ball or travel baseball, how's your team going? You know, you probably won. Some of you guys probably finished up a big tournament. You guys probably won a big tournament, or you probably lost a big tournament. It's probably one of the biggest regrets I have from when I was younger is playing travel ball. I wish I played travel ball as a kid. And yeah, I don't know. something I kind of regret. I kind of wish I played baseball, like little league, high school, you know, travel ball, that stuff. Put in the work, hard work, you know, put in the more amount of time into baseball or any other sport, but as you can see, that's not what happened. Here's a 18-year-old kid sitting in his room, live streaming a scoreless MLB The Show game with two teams that have been somewhat exciting this year. One out, runner on for the Giants, hard hit. Trying to get both, and they will. Nice double play. Nice play by Goldschmidt. Gets the out at second. Edmund covering the bag. Adam Wainwright doing his part. And just like that, we're going to the bottom of the fifth. Brendan Donovan. Starting off the at-bat with a foul ball into right field. 0-2. 3 hits in this game for the Cardinals. 1 hit for the Giants, so they've had, I think, a few walks. I know the Cardinals have had a couple walks as well. 0-2 to Donovan. That is in the right field. Base hit. Hit number 4 for the home team. There you go. There's something. How you doing, Avante Oyola? Hope your day's going well. Let's see. Any news in baseball or any news in sports? NFL news, not a whole lot. Let's see. I don't really pay attention to basketball, and I don't really pay attention to hockey either. And that's only if the. I mean, I pay attention to the Blues, and that's kind of it. I know they're after a big player. I don't remember his name, but I think his first name's like Matthew something. I think he was with Calgary, if I'm correct. Calgary Flames or something like that. I don't remember. Again, not much of a hockey guy. I try to watch hockey, but you know, I don't know. It's like having sports teams. It's kind of like having like a favorite. It's like kind of like having a kid. Obviously, the Blues are not my favorite kid. The Cardinals are my favorite kid. I analyze this team every night and every morning before I go to bed. I know some of you guys watching this is like, man, this guy needs to get alive. 1 out, runner on. Austin Romine. Him and Andrew Kinsner doing the catching while Yadier Molina is away. Austin Romine signed a minor league deal with the Cardinals halfway through the year. Started out in Memphis, and then he got called up. And, of course, he's still up here. That brings in a 0 for 2 Tommy Edman. But yeah, going back to the news. Football, let's see. No, preseason starts in a couple weeks. People ask me what my favorite NFL team is. It's the New England Patriots. I know some people may think I'm a little bit biased when I say the Patriots, or people think I'm a bandwagon when I say the Patriots. A lot of people get confused whenever I say my favorite team is the Patriots. Like the Cardinals, the Blues. Yeah, you know that's understandable. But the Patriots, it's like, and then people are like, well, you live in Illinois. Why are you a Patriots fan? Well, I know people who are Seahawks fans that live in Dallas. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are people who are fans of teams that and they live in other states. For me, it's not any different. How I got into the Patriots is mainly because of my mom. She's a big Patriots fan, or she was a big Patriots fan. She's not really big into football anymore, or she just doesn't really have time to watch games anymore. But anyway, that's kind of how I got into the NFL and the Patriots and all that stuff. Like she introduced me like Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Wes Welker, Edelman, you know, Gostkowski, Randy Moss, Will Fork. I'm probably missing a lot of different names, but she showed me, or got me into the Patriots, and I've been a fan of them for over a decade. That's how I got into football around the same time I got into baseball. So, kind of makes sense. I get to watch baseball in the spring and summer, and then football in the fall and winter. You know, that's a pretty good deal. But yeah, some people assume that I'm a Colts fan or a Rams fan, or there's somebody who thought I was a Chiefs fan because I like the Cardinals and Blues. Nope. Wrong guy. For real, like I like the Rams and I live in New York. Exactly. Like I'm pretty like this is another thing a lot of people don't know about me. I also lived in Texas for a few years. And when I was down there, like obviously Texas, it's a big football state. Like I mean, we got the Cowboys and you got the Texans every once in a while when they're good. And then, of course, you got a bunch of college teams, like you got Texas Longhorns, A&M, Texas Tech. You've got Baylor, who is more of a basketball school than a football school, in my opinion. But you've got probably missing Texas State. You've got anybody else I'm forgetting, but you get what I mean. Like there are a bunch of Texas schools for college in the NFL, and so football down there is of course really big, and you see kind of and because Texas also has a lot of like military bases too, you kind of get to see a different variety of different people who are fans of different teams. Like you got Cowboy fans, of course, but you got like fans of the Seahawks. I had a friend who was from California. He was a big Chargers fan, big Rams fan. For basketball, he was a big Lakers fan. Ball 3 to Darren Ruff. We're getting off topic. Giants have runners at first and second, nobody out. But let's see, a lot of Seahawks fans. Let's see, I knew a few people who were Chiefs fans, 49ers fans, Patriots fans, Eagles fans, Giants fans. I had a math teacher who was a big Saints fan. And, but yeah, there were just when I was down in Texas, like there was just a big variety of different NFL fans who were fans of different teams. It just wasn't, the Cowboys or anything like that. And now we're here, where I live in Illinois, it's mainly like Bears fans, Packers fans, Colts fans. You'll see some Rams fans still. When I was in high school, there was a group of girls who were like bandwagon Chiefs fans. That's what I would call them. Like they would wear, like every Monday night after a win, they would wear like Chiefs jerseys, like Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. They would wear, or just a bunch of Chiefs stuff. Dude, I remember when the Chiefs were like absolutely horrible. I'm old enough, well, I know some people think, dude, you're 18, you sound like you're 65 or something. Well, I'm old enough to remember when the Chiefs were absolutely terrible. Like, I believe their quarterback, I think they had, what's his name? He was a first round draft pick by the 49ers. I think it was Alex Smith. When he was in Kansas City, I remember him a little bit. Alex Smith played with the Chiefs, didn't he? I thought he did. Yep, he did. 2014 to 2017. Like, yeah, I remember when Alex Smith was the quarterback for the Chiefs, and they weren't the greatest. But then you got to remember at the time that was when the Broncos had Peyton Manning. AFC West was a tough division at the time. It still is a tough division. It's in the right field. Going back is Newbar, and the Giants are going to take a 2-0 lead here in the 6th inning. Finally, with the bases loaded and 1 out, Brandon Belt with a 2-run double. And if there are any Giants fans watching this game, there's some excitement there. Oliver Marmol going to the bullpen, and he's going to bring in Giovanni Gallegos in the 6th inning. May I ask why? Okay, Marmol can't manage a bullpen in real life, and he can't do it in video game world, apparently. Okay. That's fine. It's good. And then, but yeah, going back to the Chiefs, I remember when the Chiefs were absolutely terrible. And now all of a sudden, I feel like now that everybody in America knows who the Chiefs are is because of Patrick Mahomes and his annoying family. Say what you want about Mahomes. I like Mahomes as a quarterback, but I don't like his family. I'm sorry. I remember the Browns used to be trash. Me too. I remember what year was it? Did they go 0-16? 3-0 Giants in the 2nd. That's going to be in the 6th inning. That's a ground out for Estrada. Brings in Mercedes. Is 0-2. Going up against Gallegos. But yeah, there was one year the Browns went 0-16. I can't remember what year that was. And then they kind of turned it around the following year. And it's like, okay. But I think this year Cleveland's going to have a solid team. I don't know. Not sure if they're or when Deshaun Watson's going to make his Browns debut or not. Oh, 2 to Mercedes. And he strikes out to end the top of the 6th inning. Giants bring in 3 runs. Tyler O'Neill, Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado do up. Oh, that's kind of cool that they do that. That's a 3-0 game here in St. Louis. The Giants with the lead. Finally. Get off topic, and your favorite and finally we get some offense going on. The other thing I hate is that okay, so when I tell people I'm from Illinois, they automatically assume I'm from Chicago. Right? It's like being from the state of New York. Like it's like, oh, that's cool, you're from, they think, oh, that's cool, you're from Brooklyn. Oh, that's cool, you're from Manhattan or the Bronx or Queens or something like that, somewhere in the city. No, man, there are other areas in New York. Like, it's like, hello, have you heard of, there's Albany, there's Syracuse, there's Rochester, there's fucking Buffalo, for crying out loud. I mean, hell, the best team in the AFC is currently playing in Buffalo. Yeah, there's other areas in the state of New York. It's the same for Illinois. It's like it's like, oh, I'm from Illinois. It's like, oh, cool. Oh, it's like, I got a cousin who's from Chicago. Do you know him? It's like, no, I don't know your cousin who lives in Chicago. Oh. Well, he always had him and my uncle always had season tickets for the Chicago Bulls. Are you a big Chicago Bulls fan? It's like, no, I'm not a Bulls fan. In fact, I'm not a fan of the NBA. I watch college basketball, but I'm not a fan of the NBA. But yeah, it's like I'm Chicago. Like I slowly have to tell people, it's like, no, I'm not from Chicago. Like there's other areas in Illinois. There's There's a capital of Springfield, which is like smack right in the middle of Illinois. Of course, there's Peoria. There's Champaign, which is where the Fighting Illini play. You know, there's Bloomington, which is where Illinois State is. There's Charleston, which is where Eastern Illinois is at. You know, Mattoon, Illinois is in that area. You got Decatur. You've got Effingham, who's down in that area. There's a lot. That's a really good area for like high school football players. 3 quick outs to end the 6th inning. Logan Webb. He's starting to have himself a good game here in St. Louis. We head to the 7th. It is 3-0 Giants. Giovanni Gallego still on the mound to face Joey Bart, who's 0 for 1. But yeah, it's like whenever I tell people I'm from Illinois, it's like I kind of have to tell them at first, I'm not from Chicago. In fact, I've never been to Chicago. And then they kind of get confused. It's like, how are you from Illinois and you've never been to Chicago? It's like, well, I don't live anywhere near Chicago. In fact, I'm like 2-3 hours away from Chicago. The closest to, I mean, I've been into Wisconsin. I was going to say that the farthest north of Illinois I'm going to go to is Rockford, but I've been to Wisconsin, so I don't know if I can make that joke or not. 1-2 strikes to Bart. Hard hit to Brandon Donovan at second. That is out number 1. And that's how the top of the 7th gets underway. Mike Yastrzemski, he got hit by a pitch in the 3rd and hit into a double play in the 5th inning. But let's see. But I'm not a fan of Chicago, and I apologize if there's anybody in here who's from Chicago. It's like, you're fine. Not talking about people from Chicago as like as a single human being, but just the city of Chicago. It just doesn't interest me. I'm not really a huge city person anyway, so I have like no interest in visiting Chicago. Traffic there's horrible. Okay. You know, crime up there is always horrible. And not only that, I'm a big St. Louis guy, so I can't really go into the streets of Chicago, especially in the north side, wearing a Cardinals hat and an Albert Pujols jersey. You know, I can't really do that without getting beat up. So, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to visit Chicago. I'll go to the south side and watch a White Sox game, but that's it. You know, I hear it's like getting to Chicago, to the White Sox stadium, a guaranteed rate field, or I think that's what it's called now, it was US Cellular for a long time, but it's easier to get the White Sox games than it is Cubs games because of the traffic. Because obviously when you think of Chicago and you think of baseball, you think of the Cubs first before the White Sox, but yeah, it is easy. But yeah, it's a lot easier to get to White Sox games than Cubs games. So yeah, if I ever go to a big city, I don't mind going to St. Louis. The 3 cities that I want to live in when I get older is St. Louis, hopefully, Nashville, Tennessee. Wouldn't mind living in Seattle for some reason. I like Seattle. Sounds like a great city. Always wanted to live in San Antonio, Texas for a while. I think if I lived in Texas again, I'd probably live in San Antonio. 2-2 to Dylan Carlson, getting back to the game. Scores 3-0 Giants. Not a whole lot of action. Logan Webb still in the game. Giants had a couple guys warming up in their bullpen. At 6.1 innings, giving up 4 hits, a walk, 6 strikeouts. Adam Wainwright 5.1 innings. He's given up 4 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. And then Giovanni Gallegos is still going. And we've seen Mike Yastrzemski got hit by a pitch, so it's kind of it for the pitching side of things in this game. There's Carlson, flies out to right center. And that's Austin Slater making the catch. 1 away here in the 7th. Or 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Let's see. Anything else to talk about? Nope, that's it. When it comes to kind of like my life. Some of you may think it's kind of boring. Oh, you're from Illinois, but you never been to Chicago. I don't know. I'll probably go to Chicago someday. Just not. I'm just not. I probably won't enjoy it because again, Chicago just. It doesn't interest me. Like, nothing interests me about Chicago. It's just not a place where I think I'm going to find interesting. Junior Fernandez comes into the 8th. This is the 3rd Cardinal pitcher of the night. He'll face Wilmer Flores. 40,317 people in the stands today. Of course, we're seeing a lot of Cardinal fans. We're seeing some Giants, black and orange. Probably a hitchhike to get to this game. They just hitchhiked from San Francisco all the way to St. Louis just to go to the game. They probably spent all their money on tickets. And then the only way they could get there, they just walked. Or maybe they took their bicycle because gas prices have been pretty crappy. So they just walk. Would you go somewhere outside of the U.S.? Probably Canada. Canada, Mexico, somewhere like that. I always wanted to go to Brazil for some reason. 2 lefties warming up in the bullpen for St. Louis. Let's see. Wouldn't mind going to the Bahamas. Never been outside of the U.S. That would be interesting, though. I'm a big fan of a lot of different cultures, like Mexican cultures. You know, a lot of the stuff in Europe. And Germany, France, England, Ireland, Spain, you know, all those countries. Giants have runners on first and second here in the 8th. Nobody out. Evan Longoria. Hoping to make things interesting here in the 8th. Slider outside, ball 1. Take a look at some of the scores around the league here tonight. The Reds beat the Cardinals 9-5. Cleveland Guardians getting the win on the road. In the South Side, they beat the Sox 8-2. I want to go to Japan. Always wanted to. Japan wouldn't be bad. I'd want to watch a baseball game in Japan, and that's it. So yeah, both Ohio teams getting the win. Top of the 10th in Milwaukee. Games tied 3-3. Brewers Rockies. Diamondbacks lead the Nationals 6-0 in the 7th. 7th inning in Oakland had just ended. They're up 4-1 on the Rangers. Astros up 4-0 on the Mariners in the bottom of the 5th. Top of the 5th in Los Angeles, Dodgers Giants, games tied up at 1. Yerman Mercedes with the only RBI for the Giants. It was an RBI single. And the Dodgers had an RBI from Gavin Lux. 2-0 count to Brandon Belt, 1 out. First and second. Let's see here. 15-2, the final score in Philadelphia. Big win for the Chicago Cubs. Marlins beat the Pirates 8-1. Yankees edge out the Orioles 7-6 in Baltimore. Into right field, that's a base hit. And it's a 4-0 game here in St. Louis. Another RBI double for Brandon Belt. That's his second here in the game. Padres beat the Mets 4-1. In the left field, back goes O'Neill. That is deep enough for the runner to tag up from third, and it's 5-0. And this game has gone quite sour for the Cardinal fans. But if you're a Giants fan, you're watching this game, you got to be patting yourselves on the back. But this one, Cabrera comes in to face Mercedes. 0 for 3 today. In the center, Carlson puts it away. We go to the bottom of the inning. 28-5, the final score at Fenway Park. Of course, field day for the Blue Jays. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Quite a bit of home runs for the Blue Jays. It all started in the top of the first. Bo Bichette had a RBI ground out. Scoring Vladimir Guerrero Jr. makes the score 1-0. Blue Jays then take a 3-0 lead in the first, or in the second, on a 2-run shot hit by Matt Chapman. Also in the third, Luis Gurriel hit his RBI single into center field, bringing in 2 runners home to make the score 5-0. Santiago Espinal, I don't know how you say his name, singled into right field, scoring Teoscar Hernandez, moving Gurriel to third, making the score 6-0. Raimel Tapia, of course, had that inside the park grand slam to make the score 10-0. And the Blue Jays would have 7 runs in the third inning. But they weren't done there, as you can see. In the fourth, Teoscar Hernandez had himself a solo homer to make it 11-0. Danny Jansen with a 3-run homer to make the score 14-0. Christian Vasquez with a solo homer of his own for the Red Sox. Him and Jackie Bradley made the score 14-3. Luis Gurriel made it 15-3 on an RBI single. Danny Jansen with a 2-run single of his own makes the score 17-3. And then it just shows the rest of the RBIs. I'm pretty sure you can watch the rest of the highlights of the Blue Jays Red Sox game tonight on MLB's YouTube page, or YouTube channel. But the rest of the final scores: Braves beat the Angels 8-1. And the Rays topped Kansas City 7-3 at Kauffman Stadium. 2 quick outs here in the 8th. Tommy Edman 0 for 3. And he strikes out. We're going to the 9th. And we will see what happens there. Cabrera will lead off, or will start the 9th. Joey Bart 0 for 2. Ball and 2 strikes. Here's a 2-2. Three and 2 to Bart with Yastrzemski on deck. Flies out to center. 1 quick out. Two outs in the 9th. Austin Slater.
That's a ball. Leading up for
Giants 3 outs away from getting the win. On the road, 5-0's the score. And that's going to be a double for O'Neill. We'll start off the 9th inning. And that's going to bring in Goldschmidt, 1 for 3. Only 5 hits in this game for the Cardinals. O'Neill at second, 2 out, or nobody out. Check swing, and that's going to be called ball 1. You should be a commentator for the actual league. I know. I'm going to college for communications. That's what I'm going to major for. 2-2. Apologize if I ever get off track. I mean, then again, this is a live stream, so I'm supposed to like talk to you guys or whatever. It's in the left field. That's going to be a base hit, and the Cardinals, with their first run of the night, that's going to be a double for Goldschmidt, and it's about time. Giants should start using that bullpen. There's Gabe Kapler, and he'll bring in Dominic Leone, former Cardinal, to face Arenado, and then on deck would be Nolan Gorman and then Dylan Carlson. Strike 1 on the cutter, 91 mile an hour. Leone been around the league for a while. He's been with Seattle, I think. He was with Toronto before he was with the Cardinals. I think he was in Cleveland for a while. Not sure. O'Neill, or Goldschmidt, excuse me, able to get the third. Third perfectly on the sac fly, or on a on the tag up there. I don't know why I said sac fly. There was nobody at third base. Oh no, it's late. It's late. It's usually most people's bedtimes. They gotta get up early in the morning because they have a travel ball game. Probably facing a really good left-hander. This kid's probably got a good slider that he can't hit. He's got the sinker that he's working on, you know. Probably gonna be he has every single Division I school is looking at him. If you don't go to college, well, you can probably go to the major leagues. He'll be a first-round overall pick. Dylan Carlson 0 for 2. Has a chance to bring in a couple runs. That's a home run. This could be a 5-4 game. Ball and a strike from Dominic Leone. Fouled back out of play on the cutter. Let's see. 2-2. All right, Carlson. Don't know why he swung at that, but oh well. Well, Giants going to bring in Duvall to face Brendan Donovan. All right. Never heard of this guy. Then again, I'm not a Giants fan, so. Runner moving over to second. Bart's throw not in time. And it's going to be a wild pitch. The number 8 hitter, I believe, is Lars Nootbaar. Two-seamer, called for ball 2. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, you know, it's a huge accomplishment whenever you make the major leagues. I mean, whether you play 20 years or you play like 5 years or you're only play for a couple games, you know, that's still a huge accomplishment. Fly out to right field, and this should end it, and it will. The Giants taking a 5-1 win on the road in St. Louis. Logan Webb had himself a good game. He'll take the win. Adam Wainwright will take the loss. Duvall comes in, gets the save. 5-1 is the final score. Brandon Belt should be player of the game. He got himself a pair of RBI doubles. And that's going to be it here for you guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Final score, Giants 5, Cardinals 1. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Thank you, and have a great day.